Welcome to Harvey Dent's Fact Finder. And today, I'm going to talk about how I'm going to investigate the usurping of a legacy. The new exhibit at the California State Capitol building opens up tomorrow. Talk about timing. The same week I start poking around in the California State Capitol building's history, I find out that they're going to open a new exhibit covering the history and the construction of the Capitol. Well, what better time for me to ask the questions I have about the discrepancies in the photographic history of the construction of this building than the grand opening of its historic exhibit. Here's a quick rundown of the evidence I've collected thus far. This is supposedly a picture of the Capitol building under construction in the 1860s. No specific date, just 1860s. Now, the next picture we get is from 1868. Quite a bit of construction has already occurred, but this is where I found the ground level to be a little high. So this next picture is again 1868. They completed a whole lot in less than a year, and it looks as though the ground level has gotten much lower. So yeah, that's 1868. And then the next picture we have is 1869, where it's near complete. And this picture I thought kind of looked a little funny, like it may have been modified or edited. There's some things in there that my eye catches. I'm not going to go into it right now, but yeah, this was 1869, and then the next picture we have is this one, 1873, when it was supposedly complete. Now, you will notice, just as I did, and now probably anybody else who's partially awake, there's a ring of dirt around the bottom of the building. Is there not? There's a ring of dirt around the bottom of the building, and the surrounding area is flooded. Well, the only flood on record anywhere close to that time was the Great Flood of 1861 and 1862. In fact, they used that flood as a reason for, delaying construction. Then I find out there's a discrepancy in who the architect is, either M. Frederick Butler, of who there's no record of online, or some guy named Reuben Clark. But the drawings were selected from a contest open to minors for architectural designs for the state capitol. So whether it was Clark or Butler that drew the designs really doesn't matter. Whoever it was never designed another building after this one, considering they accomplished some great feat like designing the state capitol building, which if you've seen the tour that I took of, some of the architecture is amazing. He has no record online, no presence online whatsoever. He never existed. His family never existed. There's no way there's someone that designed a building like this that has no record or no family history. And the other guy as well. Neither of them have any history. Butler, neither of them have any pictures online. You can't even find out what they look like. Yet they have a picture of a damn governor who was governor for 5 days that just happened to own a mansion at 666 Folsom Street in San Francisco. Anyway, back to the building and the questions I have about it. I mean, you see where the mud line is. Doesn't that mud line look awfully similar to where the ground line is on the building on the left? So when was all that dirt there? If this building finished construction in 1874, and this picture is supposedly in 1868, the floods were way back in 1861 and 1862. So last I checked, you don't start construction of a building, a floor underground and work from there. But I'm sure that's what they would like for us to believe. Anyway, we'll see if they have any more pictures at this exhibit that I plan to go to tomorrow and pose these questions. I'm going to print these pictures out, well, this picture right here, to use as my example of the discrepancy and why it looks like this building was underground for a while. Maybe the pictures they reveal tomorrow in the exhibit will have more answers for us. The second from the left, the one where it's covered in dirt, is from the Sacramento Public Library, so they can't say I modified or edited the image. It's their images, not mine. just how, silly and blind to the madness the public is. This is the photo of record of the, historic Capitol building, and no one ever asks why there's so much damn dirt on the building. Wait, that's a newly constructed building? Why does it look like it just got pulled out of a sewer? I guess people just assume that old pictures, everything must have been dirty back then because, that was back then. Yeah, everything was dirty because it was all covered in mud. Well, if you like what I'm doing here, why don't you go ahead and click that like button. You know you want to like it. Subscribe, share, comment, dislike. Do something so your brothers and sisters know that you're alive out there. Like sharing with your family the evidence you've gathered to, go and ask some very important questions about this Capitol building. Until you find your truth, keep looking.